What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to another video where today we are talking about my desk. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Patrick. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, and on top of being a worship pastor in New York City, I run my own tech company. And on this YouTube channel, we do all sorts of stuff. We talk about gear, we review gear, and I simply share my life with you. And a lot of my life happens right here at this desk. What you see here is a super functional mobile workstation where I write music, where I edit my videos, where I'm filming right now, where I live stream, where I do just about everything. And I figured it's time for me to show you this functional system that I have here so that you can maybe get some ideas for your
battle station.
People call it that. I don't know. Now, to be clear, I'm not sponsored by any of the gear or companies that make the gear I'm going to show you today, but these are some of my favorite pieces of gear. Now, if I had all the money in the world and I was sponsored, would you see different gear on this desk? Yes, of course you would, but I'm not, so I've made some super cost-conscious choices to make my desk what it is. So let's just get started. Now, right away, you're gonna wonder about the desk itself. What you see here is this wooden, super sturdy desk made by Husky that I got at Home Depot. Over to my right, you see this crank. I can raise the desk. I can lower the desk. Is it motorized? No, because that would cost too much. But it is a stand-sit desk. So if I'm in the mood to stand and work, I can do that. If I'm in the mood to sit and work, I can also do that. Now, instead of going for a traditional chair, which would probably be healthier for my back, I've chosen a drum throne as my seat. It totally works for me, and I really enjoy it. And also, I can swivel. Now, right across from this crank, on the left-hand side of my desk, you're going to see this simple plastic, cheap, totally breakable clamp that I purchased on Amazon, and it's always here. Why? This is where I hang my headphones. There is no need for me to have some special headphone hanger. I have this $2 clamp from Amazon where I hang my headphones, and that's where my Beats sit. Now, let's really quickly talk about accessories, because you're gonna notice, number one, I have a Magic trackpad from Apple, the old version. It's so old and dusty and gross, and I don't need to upgrade it, so I haven't. And then on the right here, you're going to see the Logitech MX Master Mouse, which is awesome. Two mices, mouse, whatever. A trackpad and a mouse. Why do I have both? Well, when I'm editing video footage, having two controls to zoom in, zoom out, and select different functions on the multiple buttons that come with this mouse really helps my workflow. Now, that may drive you crazy, but that's okay. This is my desk, not yours. You do what you want. But having both a trackpad and a mouse have been super helpful for me. Now, additionally, I have a Logitech keyboard. Is it the best Logitech keyboard I've ever seen? No. Not by any means, but it's a super mobile keyboard that can attach to, or connect to, I should say, multiple devices. On the keyboard, you'll see a numbers 1, 2, and 3. It can connect to up to 3 devices. That means if I go home and use a desktop or want to use this with a laptop or even an iPad or an iPhone, I can just select which device I want to use the keyboard with at that time. Now, right under these accessories, you're going to see this fake leather black pad. Now, I didn't put this here to class up my desk or make it look better. I actually put it here because the place I work in is a space used by multiple people. So it's not uncommon for people to be walking in and out of this office space or even sitting right next to me at another desk working. And moving my mouse around and clicking is actually really distracting on this wood desk. But when I move it around on this fake leather pad here, it still makes a little bit of noise, but hardly any noise at all. Let's continue talking about the gear I have on my desk here. Now, from left to right, or maybe my right to left, however you want to look at it, I have a battery charger for the GH5 batteries that I'm currently filming with right now. It is so common for me to actually plug in a dummy battery to these cameras, but actually I started going back to batteries because then I can move the camera around on a tripod a little bit easier. And so I have a charger right here on my desk for all my Panasonic GH5 batteries. There's almost always one in here, even though there isn't one now. I should fix that in case this runs out of battery. All right, now that that's handled and I've got another battery charging in case this one dies, right beside the battery charger, I have a Zoom Live Track 8. Now, I need to do a whole video about this console, this mixer, whatever you want to call it, but right in front of me here, what you're seeing is a sub $500 audio interface and live audio console. It has effects built into it. It has USB on the back to interface right with my computer. It takes any microphone or instrument input. It takes iPad or iOS inputs to be able to record what's happening there, or computer audio. It has the ability for up to 4 monitor channels. So if I'm hosting a podcast and I have 4 different people speaking into microphones, they can have their own individual headphone mix. It also on the back has an SD card, which I'm recording to right now for this video. I love this little mixer. It's something I've used for live sound. It's something I've used to record podcasts and record videos. If you are looking for an audio interface, a mixer of any kind, you're recording YouTube videos like me, having a mixer like this from a company that's well known, like a Zoom or a Yamaha or something like that, I would say this is a no-brainer purchase. So many people start off by upgrading all their video equipment when starting out on YouTube, but audio upgrades actually make the most sense, and this is one that I would definitely make. Now, right beside this mixer, I have a wireless charger for my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I get into the office, I set that thing right down. I'm always able to charge my battery very, very easily. It's out of the way, it's very minimal. I like it. Now, right beside my wireless charger, I have the ATEM Mini Pro. If you are live streaming or doing anything that requires capturing multiple camera angles, you definitely want to look into the Blackmagic ATEM Mini line. They have an ATEM Mini, an ATEM Mini Pro, an ATEM Mini Pro ISO, an ATEM Mini Pro Extreme, ATEM Mini Pro Extreme ISO. Lots of different models, but essentially, if you're taking multiple camera feeds, cutting to them, recording them, live streaming or recording a video podcast, this is a device you definitely want to look into. It was a bit of a bigger purchase for me. I've only used it a couple of times, and I could not be happier with my purchase. Now, right beside the ATEM Mini Pro, you're going to see a Google Home Mini. I wanted a Google Home Mini on my desk because I can answer questions quickly or set reminders or start timers and all that stuff that Google Home Minis and Google Home speakers do. I also like it because it's a speaker that's slightly better than my computer speakers or my iPhone speakers. So when I'm listening to podcasts or listening to music, it really helps out. So that covers a lot of the things that are on my desk that make my workflow easier. Let's talk about some of the things attached to my desk. Now, number one, you're going to see this pole right here. Now, you can get these desk mount poles on Amazon for 20 or 30 bucks, and you can see that it gets really high, or I can unscrew half of this and make it a little bit shorter. But long story short, this gives me the ability to attach all sorts of things to my desk. So you'll see that I have a monitor arm here, and at any time I can swing this monitor right in front of me, and it makes my editing experience just, to be honest, a lot nicer. And you'll also see that if I wanted to, and I have in the past, I can use articulating arms attached to this larger pole to attach a Zoom recorder, to attach an extra microphone, to attach a light, or all sorts of gear that I would need to use in a day. So having this allows me to attach multiple pieces of gear to my desk. Since my desk is mobile, which we'll get to in a little bit, I can move my desk, and anything I need that's attached to this pole comes with me. And last but not least, since I'm mounting things to this pole, it creates more real estate on the desk. This screen doesn't sit right in front of me, taking up a large portion of the desk with a big bracket. Instead, it's on this pole. I can just move it out of the way whenever I don't want to use the screen, or move it right in front of me when I do want to use the screen. Another addition that's been truly helpful is this microphone arm here. Now, you can find tons of microphone arms better than this one. This one's about 20 bucks or so, and I gotta be honest, it's flimsy, and I sometimes feel like it's just gonna fall right off the desk and break, but it's been great. It works for me, and it's probably gonna work for you too. Could you find a better microphone arm? Sure. And attached to that microphone arm is a microphone I have talked about way too much, and I'm not gonna talk about it a ton right now. It's the Samson Q2U. Now, the Samson Q2U is amazing because I can plug it into my computer using USB. I can plug it into a console like this one using a regular microphone cable, an XLR cable, and it sounds really great. I've got this pop filter on it. So altogether, this mic being about $70, this arm being about $20, and this little pop pop filter being about 10, you're looking at like $100 mic setup that, in my opinion, sounds really, really good. So having this pole and this microphone arm attached to my desk allows me at a moment's notice to edit with a larger screen, attach lights and microphones here that I might use for shooting a video that happens at my desk. And this mic arm here, I can pull it right towards me when I want to get on a Zoom and sound great, do a live stream that sounds great, or even record something quickly like a podcast or a voiceover. So if you're doing anything with audio, having a microphone like this at your disposal on an arm like this is only going to help you. Now, last but not least, we need to talk about how all of this stuff connects together. I'm not using a desktop, if that's what you're thinking. I'm still using my MacBook Pro for all of my editing, for every single piece of workflow that happens on this desk. And the way I'm using my MacBook Pro is by connecting all these peripherals with one Thunderbolt cable. Because I use the Digit TS3 Thunderbolt dock. Now, if you don't know about the Digit Thunderbolt dock, it's not the only dock out there that does this, but when I come into my office and I sit down and I plug in this one cable, I am able to have this Digit dock attached to my computer, which has SD card ports, it has USB ports, it has audio input and output, but it also has ports to connect all the peripherals you see. If I want to connect this console to my computer using USB, if I want to connect the Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro to my computer using USB, this microphone is connected to my computer using USB, this display is connected to my computer using HDMI, all because, actually it doesn't use HDMI, it uses a display port. Anyway, I can connect all these peripherals because I'm using that Digit dock, which connects to my computer with one Thunderbolt cable. And that one Thunderbolt cable also charges my computer. And then if you're wondering, how am I kind of docking my computer down here? Well, I have this little tray that rolls out from underneath my desk. Now, this little tray has the Digit dock and enough space for my computer on it. It's really easy for me just to simply come in, slide my computer into this metal tray. It feels secure. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall. I can rotate that tray out. I can make it larger. I can make the tray smaller, depending on what size computer I have. But now you're looking at a really minimal setup. I don't have tons of desk real estate being taken up by a computer, a monitor. I have everything mounted. And when I sit down, I don't have to move very far to get almost every bit of my workflow done. Now, the last thing I'll mention about my desk is the fact that it is completely mobile. It's not uncommon for me to show up somewhere and there's a meeting happening over there in that corner, or someone's working over here and I need to shoot a video and I don't want to be disruptive. You see, since I have everything mounted to my desk, you'll also notice that underneath I have a small cage that holds all of my cables. Beside that small cage, I have a pretty powerful surge protector connected to the bottom of my desk. Therefore, not only does everything attach to my desk, it also plugs in to my desk. And when I want to get up and move and walk away, I have one power cable going to the wall that I can unplug and move the desk anywhere I want. So there you go, completely mobile desk, ready for you to use at any time, anywhere, as long as you can roll it to where you want to go. So is there anything in this video that was helpful to you? Do you have questions or comments about your desk or my desk setup? Well, let me know. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And then do all the other YouTube things. Like this video, subscribe to this video, share this video with a friend who needs it, and I will see you next time.